Again, all I asked for was fair treatment. That's it.
Bethany Frankel is a very outspoken housewife.
Yes, I spoke to her recently as well.
Oh, what was that about?
Go ahead with your question.
Bethany Frankel has been very outspoken about housewives in a very negative light.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I think she speaks out and says things, but I also think she teeters a little bit around. Like, I think she knows what to say and what not to say.
Well, what's interesting to me is because I do listen to her podcast, she talks about how much money the girls make. She talks about how, you know, the Housewives show now is a bunch of women fighting. I won't go back. They have this book they asked me to be interviewed for, and I'm like, I'm not going to be a part of a book that talks about women this way. Like, she speaks about it in a very negative light, but she also gets invited to watch what happens live. Do you think that there's a different treatment between you and Bethany? At the end of the day, you both are outspoken women.
Yeah, there's a very big difference. First of all, you just said that she gets to get invited to watch what happens live. I am the only housewife that has been on Watch What Happens Live. I'm sorry. I've been on Watch What Happens Live more than any housewife. Certainly when he first launched the show. They used me and used me and used me to sit there over and over and over and over and over and over again to help launch Watch What Happens Live and make it a success, and the success that it is today, because I personally do not think that Watch What Happens Live would be successful without the Real Housewives franchise, period. I don't think that Andy would have any of his success without the Real Housewives franchises, period, because that is where he's known from. It's the Real Housewives franchise. And I also think that Bethany can speak and say things that I can't speak out and say. I could say some of the same things that Bethany is saying right now, and I would get criticized, or I would not be invited here or invited there, and I certainly wouldn't be able to hang out with anybody in the Hamptons. I think she can say whatever she wants to say, and it's okay. I just am not in that position. I can't say whatever and she will still work, and I think if we speak and say some of the same things that she said, we can no longer work. Opportunities are being taken away. You're not invited here. We don't like her. We don't want to work anything out with her. I don't get that same opportunity.
You made some allegations about Kim Zolciak.
First of all, where Kim Zolciak is concerned, I think all of the girls on the show all have felt some kind of way, including production, about Kim Zolciak. Now, that is not a secret. And I have the text messages to prove it. We have sat in meetings to discuss Kim Zolciak being able to do things that we're not able to do, i.e. take a trip together. None of us want to take those trips together because we know those trips are intense, and we know that you're going to be confronted and there's going to be some sort of confrontation. But for whatever reason, Kim never had to take any of those trips. We all had children. We had to leave our children behind. She never had to do that. She could skip the trips and stay home. And we would have to be the ones out on and she still got her check. And we still had to be on that show, on that trip, having confrontations, making sure this show was a success, and Kim would show up when she was ready to show up. And that is just the truth of the matter.
If Andy Cohen is watching right now, what is it that you would like to say to him?
Hi, I heard you had 2 babies now. Congratulations, you have a girl.